Can Ghost in the Shell be the greatest live adaptation of anime since Cory in the House? Ghost in the Shell is an adaptation from a very popular anime that stars Scarlett Johansson as the lead. Her character is someone who goes on to discover who she really is. I'm just gonna come out and say this, I'm not too familiar with this. I know this is very popular. I have been aware of it. So I'm just gonna go into this movie judging it from the film. I want to start out with my favorite thing. I like this so much. It's just the environment, the landscape of how this universe was. It was just so beautiful, very mesmerizing. I was at awe with how I was introduced with this. This movie was meant to be seen in the biggest screen possible. You can see it in 3D. Just felt like it was built like that. For me personally, I felt like I was in another Blade Runner universe similar to like their neighbors. It was just incredible being in some kind of world like this, immersed. Scarlett Johansson, she is a kick-ass action star. She just doesn't label herself and wants to know where she belongs, what kind of person she is, how she wants to just feel things that maybe aren't too familiar with her. I thought she is the one that really carried the movie. I like how she played with being kind of cybernetic yet still human. She was on borderline playing both. She played it so well. At first I wasn't so sure, but then I started seeing more range and I was just sold. I believed everything that she was. I like how she was an agent who was meant to go do these missions and kick ass, but then when she realized something wasn't right, she wanted to go set out her own journey, see who she was. Having her discover more about her past, there were some really emotional, great scenes. It just felt very powerful. Felt like it was something that she was missing out and she wanted to fill the void. And as she realized who she was becoming little by little, I can see her just get so much comfort. I can sense she had a relief of who she was realizing who she used to be and was probably becoming back to. I was impressed that this story really could have been your average black and white film of bad guys, good guys, but no, it really had those light twists where there are these great characters. And what I know from anime, I know it's very psychological. It really challenges characters. It's not really 50-50. There isn't just two sides to everything. There's multiple layers, and I can see that from the other characters that were around. Scarlett Johansson, it's just really Scarlett Johansson is really the one I really cared about the most with her partner. The other characters, although had potential for me, just what I know, just from the film, I wasn't really too on board. Nobody was one-dimensional in this movie. I just couldn't grasp really too much with them. I like the fact that this really wasn't your typical action movie. This was a movie that sprinkled in a little bit of action that would go on, but it really was more of a film you needed to think of. And I know that this is really how the source is for this, so I'm glad that it didn't dumb anything really down. It really took its time, just challenging people, just having their cerebral going, just thought-provoked as the film was going on. Some parts I did feel we weren't going anywhere. It had a really intriguing beginning and it paid off perfectly for what the story was trying to tell itself. The music is really just incredible. It's really good. I just like how kind of that techno punk, how it fit the way the style of this movie is. For someone who doesn't know really well and wants to be somehow introduced in a quick way and maybe wants to see this movie, this is a good way to kind of introduce them for the rest of it after. It's a good way for them to get familiarized, and then if they want to know more, they can always go back. And I feel like this did a good job to introduce newer people, and those that like it, I feel like it's very faithful to those fans. Just like I liked so much the pirate design, I knew what was going on with story beats, just Easter eggs. For those that love this so much, they're going to get a good kick out of it. They're going to find things that they remember that they're going to really like. So just like Blade Runner, for sure for me, I like that it could be a movie that's presented straight up just an action popcorn flick, but no, it has things that it does have sequences of action that are there that are intense, but throughout all that has more thought-provoking story. I'm gonna have to give Ghost in the Shell a B minus. Let me know, guys, what you thought of this movie. Those who are fans, was this a great adaptation for you guys? And those that weren't too familiar, was this a great way for you to be introduced for the rest of the source after? All this in the comments below. And as always, roll on Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.